Brethren and companions, as we approach the end of another busy year, it's once again time for me to share some thoughts with you, and this has certainly been another challenging year, just as it was in 2021. However, when we look back on all that we've achieved, I cannot but conclude this year with a sense of renewed optimism based on all our activities during the last 12 months. The sad passing of Her Majesty the Queen, after 70 years of dedicated and devoted service, was acutely felt throughout the craft. And as we head towards Christmas and the New Year, we will reflect on all that's been lost this year, including a number of highly influential and also those much-loved members of our province. And our thoughts and prayers will be with them at this difficult time. Despite these sad moments, we can also reflect on a number of provincial highs during the year, and must express my very grateful thanks to the executive teams in the Craft and the Royal Arch, who have supported me loyally and diligently in endeavouring to continue the successful growth and development of our lodges and chapters. I particularly want to mention the contribution made by Mark Ars Thomas, who stood down as Deputy Provincial Grand Master earlier this year, and Paul Christopher, who will be standing down as Secretary and Scribee at the end of this year before he assumes his new responsibilities. Both have been instrumental in the reform and development of the province and the modernisation of so many of our functions and processes, and we will always be grateful for their superb service in their respective roles. In April, we also tragically lost Worshipful Brother Daniel Spencer, Assistant Provincial Grand Master, to higher service, and his work has been continued in the same active manner by David Huntley, one of Daniel's close friends. I'm sure that you will join me in wishing their successors, Ian Gallihawk, David Huntley and Roy Huntley, our new Provincial Grand Secretary Scribee, every success, and he will be ably supported by Nick Jenkins as the new Assistant Secretary Scribee. Despite the challenges we've faced, you've continued to support our primary objectives, that of growing our membership, increasing funding for our 2026 West Kent Festival, and ensuring that our profile in the community remains prominent. And we can confidently say that, once again, we have truly made a difference in 2022. During the year, we have witnessed an increase in the number of applications for membership, reflected in the number of new admissions, a marked reduction in member losses, and a number of former members seeking to rejoin our province, which is enhanced by lodges from other provinces moving into West Kent. Our appeal for the West Kent 2026 Festival continues to be well received and excellently supported, and I've had the great pleasure in attending many meetings to collect sizable donations, whilst your ongoing support through the myriad of gift aid pledges has been the underpinning factor for an ever successful 2022 during very challenging economic times. And we've undertaken a number of external events during the year, many with our colleagues from the Order of Women Freemasons, where we've been prominently featured in the community, mayoral events and Remembrance Sundays, which has raised very great interest from the public. I was delighted to see so many of you at our combined Provincial Grand Lodge and Chapter meeting in May, where we had over 940 people in the temple, and at the additional celebratory Provincial Honours events in both of our orders, which we undertook while supporting Knoll Lodge at its sesquicentenary and at the Stewards Chapter at the Passing of the Veils Spectacular. Earlier this month, we concluded the review of our Provincial Honours in the Craft and the Royal Arch, and the Provincial Executive Team, supported by our visiting officers, have been tireless in their talent management activities during the year. Letters of appointment and promotion were mailed earlier this week, which I hope will encourage the recipients to greater commitment to their lodges and chapters. And I've already received a number of delightful calls and messages from the recipients. Following the broad restructure of the Royal Arch in West Kent and the creation of a number of new functional roles therein, it will bring the activities of the craft and the Royal Arch more closely into alignment. I'm very optimistic that we will see a further growth in the percentage of our craft members in this very special order. Much work is being undertaken at Supreme Grand Chapter in this regard, and we look forward to the launch of Archway, the Royal Arch equivalent of the Members Pathway, in due course. We recently saw the launch of the new UGLE strategy document for 2022 and beyond, which will of course be implemented in our province, and I'm confident that this will encourage us to focus even more actively in the development of the craft and the Royal Arch in West Kent. As always, membership development remains our singular overriding provincial priority, and our close working relationship with our lodges and chapters is helping to achieve excellent results in this important area. I remain delighted to see that so many summonses report new initiates and exaltees, more joining and rejoining members, which evidences that the work of our membership teams and our membership attraction measures are working. Coupled with the ever-decreasing number of resignations we are seeing year on year, we are now seeing a return to positive membership growth for our province, and I trust that this will be a trend which will be continued for many years to come. The relaunch of the Members Pathway led to a number of events, which we hosted by the membership team during the year, and again I'm so grateful to many of you who supported these events. Remember, brethren, we are a Members Pathway province, and it is the way in which we will continue to grow our numbers. Many more events will be scheduled for 2023, including another PSA and diabetes testing session, with further details to be circulated in due course. Despite the challenging circumstances which prevail and affect us all, our performance towards the 2026 West Kent Festival is extremely encouraging, and Roland Stokes and his team are to be congratulated on all that they have achieved with your support. We've also been hugely active in the community and have brought Freemasonry once again into the public eye through the work of Steve Rosier, our Provincial Grand Charity Steward, and his team, together with the ever-busy communications team who manage so many of our publications and external events which we attend across the province. Brethren, we continue to be a dynamic and vibrant province, bursting with new ideas that are focused on the provincial objectives and priorities, to retain and grow our membership like never before, raise more funds and increase our engagement with the community. We now know for certain, categorically and without doubt, that we have faced yet another challenging year and have come out stronger than ever before. I am so proud of our membership, especially those members who work tirelessly on a voluntary basis for the benefit of so many others, silently, without fuss and in the background, and I include our secretariat and ceremonial teams in that group, both of which have supported us with such dedication during the year. I'm honoured to stand alongside you as part of this very special province. My sincere and heartfelt thanks go to each and every one of you for everything that you've achieved during 2022 and in the expectation of even greater achievements from us all in 2023 and beyond. In closing, may I take this opportunity to wish you, your families and loved ones, especially those who will be alone, a very Merry Christmas and a healthy, happy and peaceful New Year. God bless you all.